Hey guys, so today was really eventful. This morning started out kind of rough. I got in a big argument with my husband. We were talking about mental illness and this particular person's situation. And, as an advocate for mental illness, I had to speak about the fact that there's misunderstandings that people have about depression, about anxiety, about bipolar disorder. And I feel like a lot of people think that mental illness is used as an excuse for people to not do well or not push themselves hard enough. And it's an obstacle. It's not an excuse that people use. It's an obstacle. It's an additional barrier that most people don't have. And taking care of your mental illness is a full-time job. So we had a little tiff, we made up, of course. We don't even argue that much, but when we do, we always make up quickly. And it's usually just like a bicker situation, and then I get pissed and stop talking to him. Ridiculous. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus stuff. But I'm extremely passionate about mental illness, and I guess I was kind of triggered by the conversation. And I think that a lot of people don't understand that when you have something like clinical depression or severe depression, getting out of bed to go to the bathroom is like climbing a mountain. It's so debilitating that you literally have to force yourself to move your body. It's very, very hard. And I think unless you've been through that, it's very difficult for an individual to understand that, because we all have suffering, we all have pain, we all have depression. But it's a different level. So anyway, that happened. Then I went to the dog beach with my sister-in-law, and that was nice. And then, what happened? Something happened. So my dad texted me and we were talking about planning vacations and stuff. And we got on the topic of animal activism, and it always seems to go that way because that's who I am. And he mentioned going to the wild animal park. And I said, definitely not the wild animal park, because as an animal rights activist, I don't support places that take animals out of their natural habitat, take their freedom, and jeopardize their sanity and their well-being for profit. I don't know if you guys know this, but SeaWorld is so horrific that the orca tank is like 1,000th of the size of the parking lot. Look it up in Google Images. It's crazy. But a lot of people just don't care about animals and don't think that they have feelings like us, but they do. But like I've said before, not everybody's had the same experiences. But anyway, I was talking to my dad about that, and I was talking to him about change, and he was saying that hopefully the younger generation will push through and there will be progress, but that's a really slow process. And I said, yes, first we have to convince the older generation. And he didn't quite understand that. And what I meant by that was the people in Congress, the people in office, they're older people, they're his generation or older than that. And so that's what I meant by that. And basically older people, they never want to change. It's very difficult for anyone to change, but it's even harder when you're older because you've been doing the same thing so long. It's so difficult to change. And then I was looking at Instagram, and a vegan activist just like myself was killed today in Toronto. And actually she wasn't quite like me because she had been to several pig vigils and I've only been to one. So now that this happened, I plan on going to even more. But the Animal Alliance Network, and there's the Pig Save, which is international, and this was in Toronto. And what these activists do is you go to the slaughterhouse, you hold a peaceful protest outside, and what they do is they allow the truck stop for 2 minutes. They give the activists 2 minutes to give the pigs water and show them any kind of compassion and human love that probably the only that they're ever going to get. And I know it sounds stupid to people, but the purpose of it is to go and experience it and take pictures and, you know, spread the word and provide transparency and awareness to people that don't know about these horrible things that are happening. And she was standing there giving the pigs water. She was there doing something she had done before multiple times. Usually there is an agreement between the slaughterhouse, the truck drivers, and the local police department in regards to the peaceful protests and what they do. This is something that Farmer John has an agreement with LA Animal Save or LA Pig Save. I'm sorry, I haven't like I said, I'm not as good as an activist as I should be. But they usually have an agreement. They're very peaceful, and one of the truck drivers carelessly pulled forward and cut the woman in half, and she died. So it's kind of scary, because if I do go back, now I know it's like I'm putting my life on the line. Before it was just, you know, I'm doing something to help these animals, and now I'm putting my life on the line. One of these truck drivers could kill me. And because a couple bills passed the other day, there's a new anti-gang law, there's a new trespassing law. So owners have the full right to kill someone on their property who comes on to a farm or whatever, and kill them and suffer no consequences. And that's what this new bill was about. So yeah, it's a pretty corrupt system. And that's, you know, it's a hard thing. But anyway, aside from that, I talked to my psychiatrist today. Mental health is a full-time job, especially if you have bipolar type 1, bipolar type 2, borderline personality disorder, anxiety, PTSD. It's all like a lifetime commitment for most people, if not all people afflicted by this illness. So I talked to my counselor, and I told her about a few of the symptoms I felt that I was having when everything happened with George Floyd. I was severely triggered. And I started having some paranoia thoughts, and some of the thoughts that I had when I was manic, my thought process was going in that direction. And she said it is normal to become hypomanic or paranoid when you experience severe triggers, like what happened with George Floyd. I've said before, I've had personal experiences with police brutality, with racism against people that I associate with horrible things. But she gave me in case of emergency, prescription for if this happens again, I should take this another antipsychotic to, I guess this other drug helps people who are currently in a severe episode. So if something happens, she said to take that and then come see her as soon as I can and take that in the meantime, but it's not a long-term thing. So, you know, I'm going on another medication. Maybe, hopefully not. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. In honor of Reagan, who died trying to be a voice for animals, maybe have a vegan meal. Just check it out. Carl's Jr. has Beyond Burgers. Beyond Burgers are in the store. They just started selling them a lot cheaper. Maybe, if you want to. Anyways, you guys have a lovely evening. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.